these are key senior roles in our team. We've worked out what it is we need to do, and these are the people who are going to enact what we need to do with guidance from the rest of us. So actually these are the doers, these are the makers, these are the people who are really going to be busy. But we'll have a team under them, so we'll be working across as a matrix. We'll form little project groups to be quite clear what our aim is, but I need some real passionate leaders to come and work for me.
They need to understand what it's like for people like me that are doing frontline social work. So they have to have a good understanding of the difficulties that we face on a daily basis.
One thing that I can say is that if you come to work here, you're never going to be bored. And I think that because of the difference in the areas and the different histories, cultures, politics of the two areas, it means that we've been able to learn from things that work well and in each area and apply them across the patch, and that's a process that I expect to carry on with.
We have had to think really differently. People have joined together who come either from Richmond or from Wandsworth, and so people have different viewpoints. They are quite different in their approaches. Some things, and we're doing a lot of learning from people who come from either side. It has been hard yards. Along the way I've employed people who are new to the shared staffing arrangement, who've come in whilst there's been a little turmoil going on, so that's been difficult. I think we're getting to the point now where we're getting steady, we understand more. There's lots to learn still, but we're starting to we've actually done some pieces of work where we've commissioned services across the two boroughs, and those services are starting to deliver. So we are actually reaping the benefits of joining together now, but it's taken us all this time to get there. When I meet providers, home managers on the patch who are working very close to really vulnerable people and are really passionate, and they are so undervalued that I do feel that you know, they deserve a lot more recognition for what they do, because without people working at the coalface, without people supporting people in our services out there, then we've got nothing to commission.
One of the people that I worked with, she had social services in her life from when she was very young, and she had an incident where she'd been sexually assaulted. So I worked closely with the police in relation to her, and I worked with her and kept her for quite a long time, and she doesn't have a social worker now, so she's got a job, so she's like my hero.
It's really quite a busy, vibrant environment, so you've got lots of different teams working together, and just hearing what's going on, that's quite a fun day. So yeah, I mean, sometimes you know, if there are certain teams that are out on that day, you notice a difference, because actually you don't, I mean, one of the good things about that is that you get to hear things. Not only do you share as a natural course of your work, but you just get to hear what's going on, so what other people's challenges are.
What a fun day at work for me is when you can get the evidence from both colleagues you work with and also from your own analysis, and then that kind of matches up in the work you're doing, and you can actually be pushing forward for something which will really have a positive impact on the population.
But yeah, everyone's really easygoing. It's a nice team to work in, friendly and helpful, and I guess every day's fun because you're just talking with your friends.
So we've made a real difference. We've got some young people who previously would have been placed well away from home, who are now living locally in their own flats with support around them, and I see them on the bus and they remember me. I mean, honestly, that takes my breath away, that does. And we believe that people with learning disability, people with mental health issues just need the same life chances as everyone else. So our newly commissioned service is one of our big successes at the start of the SSA and is working really well. And actually for Richmond and Wandsworth we are very high achieving in getting people into employment. I like to work in a collegiate style. I like to coach people, I like to bring people along. I'm really interested in employing people who are much cleverer than me, much more innovative, because actually that's what I need. I can do some of that senior level stuff, but what I want is some of that enthusiasm, the brain power, the emotional intelligence, and then I can just let them fly.
I think that there is always going to be more informal opportunities for leadership development. There is a good range of in-house and external training that we support, and Di and I do work together. We've both quite experienced and are both very committed to supporting these new posts, the people in these new posts to develop their skills.
For me, there's something about being indirectly responsible for delivering services out of a massive budget with millions of pounds being spent on our population, but the fact that it can make a real difference, and you can see that difference.